Hi, fellow traders. Man, I hope you guys had a better day than I had. I hope you're having a better week than I'm having. And this is insane here. This is not the way I want to end the second quarter. I mean, I've had an incredible first and second quarter. I'm really pleased, but I am not happy with the way I'm ending the second quarter. And yes, this is what I look like right now. So my trading is today is just a total wreck. So I'm gonna have to go get that insurance money and head over and get a new car. And it's gonna take me a couple days to get comfortable in that car and kind of get a feel for it. But it's almost like starting over. When you come in, things are gonna look a little bit different, and you're gonna have to get that feel back. And that's what I'm gonna have to do. Um, so I've got this sign up here. It says, "Don't trade, then think." You have to think and then trade. If you start thinking after you're already in the trade, you might as well just start pull out your wallet and flush it down the toilet. Because what should be your initial analysis should be what you stay with and what you stick with. And then you need to stick to your strategy. There's no need to change it. There's no need to try to modify it or try to do things because you think you have $1 million in your bank account and you could do all of this crazy stuff. And you have to stay within yourself. So when you're building your trading plan, when you're vetting the stock, that's when you think. When it comes time to enter a trade, your execution has to be automatic. The thinking is done. All you got to do is when it triggers enter, either hit your stop like you're supposed to, or then you hit your profit targets. So whatever happens is going to happen. It doesn't matter. You have to take things as they come, and then you work with what you're given. If the market's giving you lemons, then we got to make lemonade some kind of way. I know that little white speck on the top of chicken shit is chicken shit too. But somehow we got to mix that white speck into some chicken salad and make it so that we can eat it. It's just part of what we have to do as a trader. So today, this is my biggest loss in a couple years in this small account. This is the 5K account I was working out of today, and I can't remember how much I was up to over $8,000 in this account. Probably around 84, 8,500 is what I had in this thing going into this week. And the $1,100 hit is pretty significant. So the pain was real, and I thought I could deal with it, but then I ended up getting in another trade and just really messing up. And after that, I realized I needed to take a long, hard, heavy walk so that I could sweat out some of this anger and frustration so I could come back and do my job. But it was pretty tough. So the message is, don't trade. Don't just take a trade and then start thinking through it. You want to think through it before you get in the trade, predefine your risk, predefine your profit targets. And if you do that, you're going to look like I look 99% of this year. If you don't, you're going to look like I look today. And I know why I pushed it a little bit too much. This got into my head Monday. Remember I told you You don't want to track your P&L. You don't want to focus on numbers. Monday, I knew going into this week I was less than $200 away from hitting my 25K goal for the first half of the year. And Monday came in, solid day, and I knew I had it $300 to the good. Now, yesterday was just a little loss, no big deal. I traded like crap yesterday. I was not mentally, I was just not locked in. I just wasn't here. And so I just wrote that day off. I said, I'm going to come in today. But you'll see here in a minute, I had lingering effects from yesterday, bad decision making, and I kind of took it into the day and made it even worse. And just completely fell apart. So, before I go any further, I'll forget. Um, Having a live day trading webinar tomorrow morning, 8:30, right here on my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and you will get notified when I'm here and ready to go. So we start with building my watch list. We'll go through that process, how I find the stocks, how I vet them, what I'm looking for. We'll work through some trade plans, talk about the strategies. I use very simple strategies. The only problem is the idiot that executes it. The strategies are solid. It's the idiot that executes them sometimes that causes it to be catastrophic. So hopefully you won't see the idiot tomorrow. I think I got all the idiot out of me today. And I should be idiot free until the rest of the year with everything I did today. So let's just keep our fingers crossed. But come join me tomorrow right here on YouTube, and you'll get to see exactly what every day looks like to all of the members. All right, so FDX. This was a lingering effect from yesterday. I had an earnings trade, and I think I showed you the chart yesterday. If you want, I didn't copy the slide and put it back up here, but I got in and it popped up a little bit, but once it came back, I got in because that's what I was looking for the stock to do. It sold off for a bit, and then it bit, got some traction, and took the hell off. And so I decided to hold it overnight because I felt we would be coming back in. And when we opened, that's exactly what we were doing. We came back in, and so me and my infinite wisdom added to it, and the rest is history. I mean, I was doing good for a minute, and only a minute. And you could see it just kind of worked this way. I thought we were working our way back, but we ended up getting bought up. 154 was defended very well and ended up having to stop out. I mean, this was a catastrophic loss. A catastrophic loss. All because I got in the trade and then I started thinking. I had no plan other than taking the 5-minute opening range breakout, but I didn't view it as that. I mean, breakdown. I was looking at taking the 3, but the 3 ran away from me, so I said, okay, I'll use the 5. But this wasn't a typical opening range trade, and I didn't have a trade plan for that. And so I'm sitting here, and I had no plan, and I'm thinking this is probably going to come back. We're just going to retest this red to green, and then, it might sit here for a minute, and then we're going to come back in and sell off. I was convincing myself to stay in this trade when technically it was dead. And this is a direct result of not having a trade plan. Now, Was it me trying to make my analysis right from the day before? Nah, that wasn't it. I mean, it was already working. So I wasn't getting in trying to force it to be right. I had a good idea. I just didn't execute it as well as I should have. I should have, it didn't work. I should have stopped out and I could have flipped this thing long and done really, really well. And had I been engaged and my mind in the right place, that's exactly what would have happened. But really, really messed up on this, and this really dug me deeper into a hole. So that's why you see I had 50 shares on, I added 250 to it, and sold 3. So I was done with that. So now I get in GIS, and man, let me tell you, I I mean this was a good look. Okay, it was a good look. But what happened to me is instead of me stopping out, I accidentally added, and I mean at that point I was just dumbfounded. I mean my jaw had just hit the ground, and I was like, man, what in the hell am I doing to myself? What am I doing to myself? I wasn't looking at the P&L. I had no idea I was down 700. I was thinking I was down, you know, four, maybe $500 at the most. I had no idea I was down 700. Had I known that, had I peeked at my P&L, I wouldn't have taken another trade today. But I wasn't really focused on that. Like I said, I just wasn't in my right mind. I got in this and it started to work a little bit, and then it bounced up on me. So I was like, forget this. I set my stop and I went for a walk. I had to calm down and cool off and try to get some balance. So I took a nice long hard walk and just really, really exercised and worked out that frustration and then came back. But, that was it. There was no more trading. There's no coming back in that account. No coming back. So the way to respond to this, like I said, I mean, I have to go get a new car. There's no way around it. I got to go get a new car. I got to take my time and be a little bit cautious until I learn how this thing is going to feel. And that's what's going to have to happen tomorrow. So when you see me coming off tomorrow, I'm going to be in a new ride. It's going to have that new car smell. But I'm going to be very, very humble because of what happened that allowed me to, that allowed me to get this new car. It wasn't that I bought it because I earned it. I bought it because I totaled my own car. And so it's not going to be that kind of happy. I'm happy that I am able to afford myself a second chance, but I'm not happy at the results of it. So, tomorrow's going to be an interesting day to say the least. So you guys, I hope you have a better day, a good rest of the day. I'm just going to make some tacos tonight, and that'll make me happy. And then come back tomorrow and see what we got. So you guys take it easy. If you're not a member, we will be live streaming on YouTube. You get to see exactly what we do in the community. Learn, see how I try to teach, answer questions, and all that stuff. So hope to see you there.